Hey everyone, welcome back to CryptoCache. Thank you so much for joining me here. I hope you're having an amazing day. We're going to take another look here at Luna and to kind of see what's going on, of course. I got a lot of requests for this one. I totally see why, because we are up 11% on the day, and I believe we even had like an 11 to 12% day yesterday. And that is excellent news. And this is a great, great coin to invest in. So future reference, deflationary, awesome, return on investment. I think this is going to be big someday, and it's important to try to get in. I wouldn't say at the ground floor because we're not quite there, but we're on maybe the first or second floor. If you didn't already know. All right. So again, you're not too late to the game. I think it's going to be much bigger someday. Regardless, I'm not here to talk about that. I'm here to look at the TA. And if you're new to the channel, not a financial advisor, just love teaching people how to trade. And ultimately, I really just hope you can learn something here today. And my goal is to ensure you become a better trader. A trading community, academy, and signal group. That's kind of a hybrid, essentially, that just kind of your one-stop shop for everything crypto. Help you become a better trader start to finish. Link in the description below, CryptoCache.tech. Check that out in your own time. And for now, let's go ahead and take a look at some of the obvious here. So we're coming up to the 50-day set moving average. This could work as a potential resistance, as well as the fact that we are testing the previous resistance at $60.75. Okay. So Luna's still in good shape, don't get me wrong, but we probably want to wait for the one-day candlestick to close just in a general sense to understand how that's going to affect us. Okay. Again, still a little early in that sense, but we're looking very good. We'll identify if this is a healthy pattern or if this continuation could move forward. Looking at the RSI though, what do you see here? We see a break above 50, which is excellent because it's been roughly a month since we've been up above 50 on the RSI. Okay. Now, anytime you're up over 50 on the RSI, it's really commonly referred to as a support level instead of a resistance when you break above, right? So for the last month, we've been stuck underneath that and could not break above. Today, we've broken so far. Candlestick hasn't closed yet, keep that in mind, but we're trending positively towards that, okay? Again, very good stuff here in that sense. One day looks fantastic. Big picture as well, 4 hour. Up over both moving averages. Excellent news. We don't have any potential resistance there. We do have the fact that we're up over 70 on the RSI. I don't love this in the sense that it's overextending itself. And what I mean by overextending, if we look at TD sequential, we're at an 8 right now. A lot of coins are at an 8 because we've seen a day and a half worth of continuation from yesterday's bottom that Bitcoin had hit at roughly, 36,400, if I'm not mistaken. And right now, Luna's trying to push and push, and she's doing a pretty good job of it. But we're at an 8, though. Keep this in mind. When you're at an 8 on TD sequential, the likelihood of a pullback is higher, especially on the 4-hour time frame. The larger the time frame, the greater the potential for pullback is, or likelihood rather, on TD sequential. So the 1 hour, you might see 2 or 3 nines in a row. On the 4-hour, 2 nines in a row is less common, but does happen. So what I'm getting at here is if we look previously, we kind of look at this continuation pattern here. Of course, we came up to a 9. Here's a 9, for example. Hit a 9, consolidated. Price comes down all the way to a 9 here, comes back up, lost, couldn't break that resistance level, came back down to a 6. No, correction, down to a 7. Okay, so we hit a 7 there, up to a 6, down to a 4, and now we're up to a massive 8. And my goodness, look at that go. Yeah, so it's really, really pushing here. So ultimately what I'm getting at is that, with us hitting an 8 right now, the likelihood of it just going parabolic and really, really high, really fast here in the next, I would say 24 hours is less likely. We're more likely to see a sideways action or retracement in the immediate future, okay? But again, still pushing really hard. You can obviously see something's going on here with Terra Luna. But once again, we're up over 70 on the RSI. It's not usually a terrible place to be, but the key takeaway here, again, watch my RSI video for that, is to effectively consider taking profits when the RSI is coming back down, okay? But this is a very, very sharp increase on the RSI, closer to 80. And I would recommend, exercising caution and adding to your position right now. I would wait for a pullback, perhaps, to do that. And we'll look at smaller time frames to identify, but we didn't even get a MACD convergence here. We're just straight up got a bounce and going straight up here. So this does look like a very overextended coin at this point. Even since I started the video, it was at 61, now it's at 64, touched 65. So again, you got to recognize that it's going kind of crazy bonkers right now, which is all well and good, but we're in extreme overtime. And here, let me explain that too, because I showed you a TD sequential on the 4-hour. We're at an 8, right? Well, if we take a look at the 1-hour chart, just to quickly note here, we hit a 9, consolidated. That's healthy, right? Hit up another 9. We were supposed to have consolidated, but nope, we went extreme increase. We got next a big leg up here, and then of course we got enough consolidation to get a reset. So don't let this too fool you. We are still very much in a position where we're overextended, even though we got that little reset. Okay, so just keep that in mind. We've hit 9 on TD sequential twice, and we should be in overtime, but we got a slight reset. That doesn't mean anything at all. It just means the fact that this strong hour push to the upside is probably well outside those standard deviation lines, at least if you to utilize the volume weighted average price, and that's too much. Well, let me show you what I mean by that. Do you see how outside of the boundaries this is? Does that look normal to you? Okay, and in hindsight, if you look at this too, you see the price come up like that. That was a good 2 or 3 hour push, right? Then it had to come back and collapse underneath the line. Well, we can expect this line to continue to progress and average up, but we can also expect the price to come down and get back within those parameters, okay? So again, adding to your position at 65/63 I think is kind of risky. I would expect somewhat of a pullback, nothing maybe too major, but maybe set a DCA target at 61 or 62 instead, all right? Those are kind of things you might want to consider here for Luna, because again, big picture, it's taking off, it's doing very well, but it's not, this isn't healthy, this last push up here. It's going to have to correct itself. All right, so anyways, suffice to say, Luna's doing very well. We want to get a close above $60 today, or 61 is a nice round number. If we can close the one-day candlestick at 61, we've broken the previous high, and we've broken this lower high and lower low pattern. Okay, so we're no longer making lower highs. We're no longer making lower lows. If we can make a higher high here, we're going to be in much better shape to see a continuation of the upside, especially with $61 establishing itself as a support level. So all good things here for Luna. I literally see nothing that's disadvantageous, minus the extreme overextension on the shorter time frames, which will translate to the longer time frames and leave this candle wick a lot longer than we'd like. That's perfectly fine. As long as it gets consolidation closer to $60/$61, we'll be in perfect shape. Okay, again, pay attention to the one-day close. We can close above $60.75. We'll be in really good shape to see a continuation of the upside from Luna. I'll make sure we cover this here again tomorrow, just to ensure we keep a closer eye on it, because it's obviously doing very well, much better than any other coin out there right now. Again, deflationary, has an amazingly good Bitcoin pairing, and you want to try to look at that too as well. We covered that in our roundtable discussion with our community yesterday, and we were just talking openly about it. Austin was one of my admins. He's awesome, and he's able to help kind of bring this to light. And it's important to understand too, I don't cover it enough, it's important to know that when you have a nice strong Bitcoin pairing, so just say for example Luna here, Bitcoin, this looks very good in the grand scheme of things, much better than most other coins that are digressing and losing value, in correlation with Bitcoin. Luna is doing the opposite of that, or it's outperforming Bitcoin, if that makes any sense. And that's how you can identify a coin that's worth investing in, one that is doing well outside of Bitcoin's lack of success, which we haven't seen much recently from Bitcoin, right? So why not find coins like this? They're doing very, very well, contrary to what Bitcoin's doing. Okay, so again, increasing in value, awesome sign. So I hope you found benefit here. Of course, we'll cover this again here soon, likely tomorrow, and we'll go from there. So thanks again to my community members for requesting this. If you're not currently a community member, consider joining. Link in the description below. CryptoCache.tech is the site. Website is still under construction. Please be patient, but it'll be complete here within a couple weeks actually. And what's great about it is I'm going to have live market data. I'll be able to share that with you in all of my videos too. And you can even share my TradingView indicators through the website platform. That's the goal, is to be able to have that kind of dynamic environment where you can kind of follow along if you'd like to. You don't have to watch all my videos to kind of set it up yourself, right? Anyways, that'll be an option eventually. So thanks again for your patience. I hope you have a good rest of your day. We'll see you all in the next video. Take care.